Today, partly cloudy, slight chance of a rain shower. High 88. Tonight, some clouds. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 72. Thursday, thunderstorm 86. Chance of rain 90%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Past the hour, today's business barometer. Easter shoppers may be in for a little sticker shock.
Spending will top last year as shoppers hunt down candy and new spring apparel. The National Retail Federation's Easter survey says Americans will spend an average of $140.62 on Easter clothing, decorations, candy, food, and other holiday-related items this year.
120 of that's on candy.
Yeah, seriously.
Total spending for the year, this year's Easter expected to hit $16.4 billion. That's a lot of Peeps.
Seriously, you know who loves Peeps? Mike Bettis. I mean, he would eat Peeps. Are you into the Peeps?
And you leave them outside for a couple of days. I mean, you leave them out on the on the table, and they get a little crust on them. See, Tom's nodding his head. Tom knows what I'm talking about.
Yes, I do. I'll tell you, Peeps and Hostess Twinkies, they would make it through just about anything, guys. Hey, we've got some sneaky little weather going on right now just to the west of Washington, D.C. We had some clear skies overnight. The temperatures dropped there, and just to the west of the city itself, temperatures below the freezing mark. We got a little bit of light precipitation moving across here, and we've had a few reports of a little bit of light freezing rain, freezing drizzle in the area. Main roads probably will be okay, but I'm a little concerned about bridges and overpasses here. This is the area where the freezing rain advisory is out. I would expect through about 10 a.m. this morning. It's up till noontime, but I would go through about 10 a.m. this morning for this region here. And in fact, if we take a look, this is our satellite. Earlier in the night, you could see right in this time frame here, the skies were clear, and that's what allowed that temperature to drop. And so now we're dealing with that. At Washington Dulles, the temperature will be around 29, 30 degrees. As we get through the morning here and after the sunrise, that temperature will rise rapidly. By the way, Dulles is at about 28, 29 degrees now. And over at Reagan National, not too far from there and toward the city, they're 35, 36 degrees. So big temperature difference there. Hey, further north, we're going up across the upper Great Lakes region. Right now, this snow is moving pretty rapidly to the northeast through Wisconsin. Eau Claire picked up 3.5 inches. Green Bay, you're going to see that snow for a couple of hours through the rush hour here. Here's how it plays out. This is at 7 a.m. By mid-morning, most of this precipitation up into the UP of Michigan, and then it gradually moves off into Ontario, Canada through the rest of the evening. Another 3 to 5 inches probably in the Green Bay area. Mostly 3 to 5 here. We could see a few spots of 5 to 8, guys. We'll send it back over to you.
All right, let's take you into Columbia, Missouri, and take you on into the University of Missouri campus. All is quiet right now, which is good news. I'm glad everyone's safe in their dorm rooms and in their apartments. Unfortunately, we could see some storms, though. Millions of people are dealing with strong winds today, especially in the upper Midwest. So let's take a look at the wind speed and the type of damage it can do. So winds gusting 45 to 57 miles an hour. That could bend trees, break those limbs, do some cosmetic damage to homes. And remember also, if you have a tree that's unhealthy, that certainly can 58 to 74 miles an hour. That's when you'll see those larger limbs break, the shallow trees get pushed over, and semi-trucks overturn. You need those winds perpendicular to the semi-truck in order to cause them to tip over, and it also depends on their load. You have to keep that in mind. And then when you have the winds 75 to 90 miles an hour, that's when you're going to have the widespread damage to trees and potentially some structural issues with homes, whether the roof or just the siding. So let's have a look at our wind forecast. You can see hour by hour at the upper right-hand corner of your screen. And we're going to see those winds start to pick up again. The system gets its act together into the afternoon, into the overnight hours, and that's when we are going to see those strongest winds. Texas and Oklahoma, you can see the red glaring, or the pink, I should say, on the map, and then things are going to calm down a little bit as we head on into the morning hours. We do have that threat for severe weather. Again, there's a lot of lift in the atmosphere. We could see potentially a little spin too, but mainly hail. You can't rule out a tornado.
Right. Well, plenty of rain today. This warmer, more humid air surges through the east and heads north.
It could be looking like this for some of you. We'll tell you how cold it could be in the cards for the weekend.
Actually, that doesn't look bad.
No, it doesn't.
Let's look at New York City. That's not looking bad either.
No.
Business Barometer brought to you by T. Rowe Price, helping you stay confident in today's uncertain markets. Invest with confidence.
The future of the market is never clear, but at T. Rowe Price, we can help guide your retirement savings. Our experience is one reason 100% of our retirement funds beat their 10-year Lipper averages. So wherever your long-term goals take you, we can help you feel confident. Request your prospectus or summary prospectus with investment information, risks, fees, and expenses to read and consider carefully before investing. Call us or your advisor. T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence.
Earning unlimited cash back on purchases. That's a win. But imagine earning it twice. Introducing the Citi Double Cash Card. It lets you earn cash back twice. Once when you buy, and again as you pay. It's cash back, then cash back again. And that's a cash back win-win. The Citi Double Cash Card. The only card that lets you earn cash back twice on every purchase. With 1% when you buy and 1% as you pay. With 2 ways to earn, it makes a lot of other cards seem one-sided.
Hey, pal. You ready? Can you pick me up at 6:30?
I'm here.
Too late.
I'll go for 5 minutes. Move it. Killing me. You know what, Dad? I'm good.
It may be quite a while before he's ready, but our Subaru Legacy will be waiting for him.
The longest-lasting midsize sedan in its class. The 2015 Subaru Legacy. It's not just a sedan, it's a Subaru.
Go Emerald Coasting. Visit Destin, Fort Walton Beach, Okaloosa Island, the heart of Florida's Emerald Coast.
There's a brilliant luster hiding behind that tarnish, and Tarnex Tarnish Remover is the ideal way to let it shine. A quick dip or a simple wipe will restore your tarnished and dull silver and silver plate, gold, copper, platinum, even diamonds, and have them shining with a renewed luster. The wipe and rinse formula eliminates tarnish quickly and easily, and that means more time enjoying your things and less time cleaning them. Tarnex. Quick, easy, brilliant.
Tarnex branded products are available at these fine retailers.
Can you read this for me?
Oh. We invited 29 people to test their vision.
I can't read this at all. Here, try Adlin's Adjustables.
Awesome.
You just turn the little wheels.
As you're turning the knob, things just come into view.
I love that you can adjust it for whatever you're doing.
What if I told you they were only $29.99?
Okay, I wouldn't believe you.
Call 800-881-ADLENS or visit adlens.com. For $29.99, you can see for yourself.
You know those neighbors always making weird inventions out of junk in their garage? We just gave them their own TV show.
Come on, Wind.
I think I just made Mother Nature my bitch.
One man's trash.
This is perfect.
Is another man's wood-powered Jeep gasifier.
Brainstormers, Sundays at 9, only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 70 degrees under fair skies. Today, partly cloudy, slight chance of a rain shower, high 88. Tonight, some clouds. Thursday, thunderstorms developing in the afternoon, high 86. Chance of rain, 90%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
We have been shattering records. Look at this sample.
I'm getting soaked.
You weren't expecting that, were you?
No, I wasn't. Good morning, 1/2 past the hour. Welcome back to Wake Up with Al.
We are live in New York, and we have snow coming down, the threat for severe weather. According to the SPC, almost 9 million people could be feeling the threat of severe weather, whether it's hail, damaging winds, or tornadoes.
In fact, we've even got the threat for flash flooding in some areas, so we're going to be tracking this all. Let's start it off. Top 3, here you go. Everything you need to know as you head out the door. So our severe threat continues and expands as we move on to the afternoon and evening hours from Wichita Falls and Dallas all the way to St. Louis and into parts of western Kentucky and Tennessee. We've got a warm-up coming, but it's going to bring some wet weather with it, and with that comes the temperatures that you'll actually like to see. 46 in New York today, 57 in D.C. Tomorrow, 75 in D.C., 62 New York City, some showers in Boston, and 63 degrees. And then as you look at the spring snow moving in on the backside of this system, we are looking at snow in Marquette, Traverse City, and Icy Mix, Green Bay snow. Some areas could pick up 3 to 5 inches. We'll check in with Tom Nizzle in just a bit, but let's start off with this severe threat.
Let's do it here, and we're going to dive into it, taking you to Wichita and St. Louis right now. St. Louis saw your first thunderstorm of 2015. In fact, it's been 147 days since the last thunderstorm here, back on October 28th of last year, but we could see some nasty weather right through the center of the country. So let's talk about what's going to cause this. So you're saying, Abrams, you were just showing me Kansas and Missouri. Why are we focused on this? Well, because the trailing cold front from this low pressure is actually going to help kick off severe weather. But first, we're going to start with the storms that have been rumbling through Indy. You might have been woken up early by the storms about an hour and a half ago that came rolling through. But again, we have that trailing front. Along that, there are flash flood watches, and flash flooding is the type that happens really quick, catches you off guard there. Nothing going on right now, so you're like, really, Abrams? Are you losing your mind on this Wednesday? No, we're going to get that daytime heating, and it's going to start to really get its act together, and all the different elements of the atmosphere are going to come together, it looks like later in the afternoon into the overnight. We could see some of that heavier rain, 3 to 5 inches of it, especially if you're in one of those flood-prone areas. You know, certainly watch out. But even if you're not, 3 to 5 inches in a short amount of time could cause some problems. Today, Springfield all the way back to Oklahoma City, you could see the storms. And then overnight tonight, we could see it as well. Our Torcon is 4. So you have a 40% chance of in a 50-mile radius of seeing a tornado. It expands tonight, and then it's going to head east tomorrow. And this is actually the same system that's going to cause the rain along the East Coast tomorrow. And it's going to be very warm and very wet. For more on that, we're going to go to Al.
All right, thanks so much, Steph. Good morning, Philadelphia. Home to the Philadelphia Hospital, the Pennsylvania Hospital. First hospital in the United States, founded in May of 1751. Well, your temperature today going to get up to 50. Right now, 28 degrees thanks to WCAU. That's a beautiful shot right now. But we are going to be looking at some wet weather coming on in right now through parts of West Virginia, Maryland, and Virginia. We've got some frozen precip hitting the ground. We'll have to watch that. But in the meantime, fair skies today to start off right now. But then with this first system pushing to the northeast, we'll get a slug of that moisture moving in, warmer air dragged in with it. So that's good news. Temperatures will start to rise. See some showers, not all that bad. Then as we get into the morning hours, the overnight hours into tomorrow morning, second system develops along the front, pushes to the east, brings in more rain, but more warm weather, so that's not so bad. We're going to look at temperatures that start to climb up. Tomorrow, look at this. 70 in Philly, 62 New York City, Boston 53, 47 in Binghamton. Pittsburgh will be looking at 54 degrees.
Okay, so we finally have a pattern change. We see the warmer temperatures and the rain, not the snow. Let's talk about those extremes and go to Jim Cantore for that.
That's right. AMHQ's Jim Cantore standing by. And Jim, so things are starting to finally change in the atmosphere.
Yeah, but unfortunately not going to change for that long, guys. We're going to go right back to where we started here. Let's go ahead and open the floor here and talk about this. We'll have a little discussion about where our pattern goes. And I think it's safe to say, when you look at the atmosphere today, if we don't get a tornado today, we may go the rest of the month of March without one, believe it or not. And that would be the first time since records began that we've had that happen. So here we go, that pink basically indicating that the cold air is coming back into the east. And it's not just for you guys in New York and the Northeast. It's all the way into the deep south. Saturday, you'll be looking up outside your window and say, oh, what a beautiful day. But all of a sudden, you walk outside, it's going to be breezy, cold, dry air. That's just one shot, then another shot coming down as we get in toward the middle of next week. Now, if you're like me, you know you can't wait to get your hands in the dirt. All right? You can't wait to put those new plants in, those new annuals. Well, guess what? We're going to have some freeze warnings, I think hard freeze warnings. Saturday morning, we're fine, I think, in the Deep South, Georgia and Atlanta. But Nashville, look at that, 29 degrees. That's a problem. Look at what happens as we go in towards Sunday. That's when the winds die down, the skies will be clear, and that's when I think we're going to have the issues, especially in parts of the Deep South. Places like Atlanta, Birmingham, maybe even Charlotte, North Carolina, where we will see sub-32 degree air. Guys, we will talk about this cold blast and the severe weather potential coming up today, coming up on AMHQ at the top of the hour. We'll see you then.
All right, we'll be looking for you, Jim. Thanks so much. Time to get caught up on our news headlines.
Yes, we have Dara Brown from MSNBC, who we haven't seen in a while because of all this crazy weather.
I know, it's been snow and craziness on the East Coast, so it's nice to be back,
Good
guys.
to see you.
Nice to be back. And good morning, everyone. Breaking details on that air disaster over the French Alps. The Germanwings cockpit recovered voice recorder was damaged, but should still be usable. A second day of searching the crash site is underway. 150 were on board the Airbus A320, but all are presumed dead. The flight from Spain to Germany was less than an hour from landing when it made a sudden descent. After an 8-minute dive, it crashed in the mountains. French President Francois Hollande and German Chancellor Angela Merkel are set to visit the site later today. Near Boston, police say a house for sale was booby-trapped to explode. Wires were rigged to set off a blast if someone had flipped a light switch. The homeowner and an electrician made the discovery. A bomb squad disabled the device. Police are now trying to find the renters. And near Philadelphia, a wild wreck. A school bus slammed into a house yesterday. The family inside said it felt like an explosion. The bus was carrying 9 students. Everyone was okay. Police are trying to determine if the driver suffered a medical issue before the crash.
Well, thankfully, everybody okay.
Thankfully,
Dara,
everybody's
thanks
okay.
so much. Well, we still got a lot more for you. Head on Wake Up With Al.
It's time for a little spring renewal, and why not give your skincare regime a boost?
That's right. Coming up, we're going to tell you about some surprising products that can help you both inside and out.
Let's go emerald coasting. Visit Destin, Fort Walton Beach, Okaloosa Island, the heart of Florida's Emerald Coast.
Let the Ancestry leaf guide you and reveal the one unique, improbable, and completely remarkable path that led to you. Discover your story. Start searching for free now at Ancestry.com.
Get a new look and the expert tailoring to make it yours right now at Men's Warehouse. Select suits are on sale for $179.99. Plus, buy one, get one free on almost everything else in the store. Only at Men's Warehouse.
Sir, we're going to need you on the runway later. Don't let a severe cold hold you back. Get Theraflu with the power of 3 medicines to take on your worst pain and fever, cough, and nasal congestion. It breaks you free from your toughest cold and flu symptoms. Theraflu, serious power.
Going to the paint studio at Ace is like going to your neighbor. And hurry in this Wednesday through Sunday for buy 1 gallon, get 1 free. Save up to $71 when you buy 2 gallons, exclusively at Ace.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
I Sverige är vi kända för att köra världens säkraste bilar. Som ibland innebär ett svårt val. Som att köra en bil tillverkad i Amerika?
No.
Introducing the new all-wheel drive Chrysler 200, America's import. Find it at Chrysler.com.
Yeah, girl. You know, I've been thinking about us. And, I just can't fight it anymore. It's bundle time. Feel those savings, baby.
And that's how a home and auto bundle is made. Better he learns it here than on the streets.
The miracle of bundling. Now that's progressive.
Hi, I'm Brenda, and this is day 1 of my Hydroxycut transformation.
We're gonna live free.
I lost 37 pounds. Look at the new me.
Hydroxycut is America's #1 selling weight loss supplement brand. Lose weight your way. Mix and match gummies, tablets, and drink mix.
Hydroxycut has completely changed my life. I can finally fit into the clothes that I love.
Hydroxycut lets you lose weight your way. And go to hydroxycut.com to access the Be Thinner in 30-day starter plan.
This is Phyllis. Phyllis is headed to a science conference, so she's not thinking about tires right now. But if she were, all she'd need to know is TireRack.com. Right now, she could get a $70 Visa prepaid card when she buys a set of 4 select Bridgestone tires. For details, she'd go to TireRack.com/Bridgestone offer. But Phyllis isn't thinking about tires. Phyllis is thinking, well, I'm not really sure, but it's probably important. TireRack.com. Find, deliver, install.
Currently in our area, 70 degrees under fair skies. Today, partly cloudy, slight chance of a rain shower, high 88. Tonight, some clouds. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible, low 72. Thursday, thunderstorms developing in the afternoon, high 86. Chance of rain, 90%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Minutes past the hour. Good morning, Queen City, Cincinnati. How do you like your chili? 3-way?
Excuse me?
That's
we're talking about chili, right?
That's right.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
You're going to get up to 70 degrees today with some thunderstorms later.
So what is so special about their chili in Cincinnati?
Well, they serve it over pasta, and you can have it like 1-way, 2-way, like with extra addings.
The pasta, though, is the different thing there in chili.
Right.
Okay, so let's have a look at our temperatures because it's going to be nice and warm. You're not going to need any chili to really, warm you up here because our temperature is going to be well above average. Look at our highs today. 71 in Cincinnati.
That is pretty good. Now you look at tomorrow, then things cool down just a bit. So we're looking at a high tomorrow of 53 degrees, so we go below average. Minneapolis 37, 43 in Chicago.
Okay, so Cincinnati, our average high is 57. We'll be above that today and then falling below that by Friday, but 'tis the season.
Okay, you got to come see this video. This is amazing. Talk about a matter of inches changing your life. Strong winds in Beverly Hills taking out a huge pine tree, smashing down on this Mercedes-Benz with the owner inside in the front seat.
And he was conscious the entire time that they were getting him out of the car. He was loaded into an ambulance. Winds here reportedly only 23 miles per hour, but right here, we don't know if there's some sort of funneling of the winds where they were faster and or the condition of the tree.
That's right. Could have been a shallow root system, something like that. And thousands losing power due to these down power lines. Gusts in the area reaching over 30 miles per hour.
Okay, so here's a look at our day ahead, and we are going to show you what we're dealing with. It's been very warm into Southern California. We are going to see some of that warmth into the southeast, but it is short-lived. We go again from the 70s to the 50s, so enjoy these temperatures while you have them.
That's right. And then as we take a look at Orlando, 87 degrees today under partly cloudy skies. Nice day to be at the theme park.
Okay, it's into the Midwest. We do have a little bit of that snow coming through. Thunderstorms on the south side, snow on the north side. That clears out, and then we are going to get that cooler air coming on in.
Now, but you see that severe weather coming into the bottom of your screen. Minneapolis, you're looking at windy conditions today and temperatures getting up into the low 40s. Well, with spring officially here, your vanity closet may need a springtime boost. From pomegranate to, how do you say it? Is it
acai?
Acai. Some of our favorite superfoods can add a boost to the skincare regimen as well.
And registered dietitian Sharon Richter is here with the top products that we need. Thanks for being with us this morning.
Pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so what do we need to put on the inside to help our outsides?
Exactly. So we're going to talk about outside, inside, outside, everything. So we all know grapefruits are great for us. but they have antioxidants in them. And you know, when they're darker red colors, they have an antioxidant in them called lycopene, which protects your skin. Like how a tomato won't burst in the sun, it protects your skin as well. So we have a product right here that's going to have lycopene in it. It's a terrific mask you can put on, and it's going to help protect your skin. It's going to make it look nice and fresh after this long winter from all the dryness and things like that. We love them, right?
Those are tasty.
Guess what? Your head loves it too.
Oh.
Believe it or not, the oils that are in macadamia nuts are the same oils, very similar to what our hair produces. So these are going to make your hair look amazing and shining, and it even smells amazing too. If you want to smell it, it's awesome.
I hope it tastes good too.
No.
Don't be licking your shampoo. So terrific for your hair.
Okay.
Tell about this plum from Australia.
Yes, this Kakadu plum.
Kakadu?
Yeah. I never heard of it before, have you?
No.
Well, it has the most vitamin C in it than anything else.
More than oranges.
More than oranges. It has 55 times the amount of vitamin C that's in an orange. So either we could have 55 oranges or we could have this
And what do
plum.
you do with that?
So it's a serum that you can put on your face, and it helps protect it from all the toxins, like from pollution and things like that. A few drops, and there you go.
The pomegranate and acai berries.
Yeah, so pomegranates, we know, superfruits, antioxidants, and we have masks that you can use for them. This is my favorite. I leave it in the shower all the time. It smells amazing. My husband and I fight over it. Scrub your body with it. When you have like that dry skin on your elbow, anywhere.
Really good.
Smells delicious. It makes your skin glowing.
And we all know about quinoa being
And I
a
was just
great
eating it for
super-
breakfast the other day. It has a lot of protein in it.
Absolutely. It's the highest protein grain. Some of us are a little intimidated to try this, so why not give it to our hair first? Our hair is loaded with protein in it, so this is a way to give it a lot of nutrients, going to keep it nice and strong and full.
That's pretty cool. Sharon Richter, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I love that stuff. And we've got lots more ahead for you coming up on Wake Up With Al.
Yes, we are tracking a swath of spring snow. We're going to tell you who could see another 5 to 8 inches of it. It's almost over, I promise, this time.
While we're talking about severe weather, and do we finally see a tornado? Because we haven't seen one for the month of March, and we're watching all this severe weather.
It's a drought that we like.
Yes.
That unfortunately, this is a drought that's coming to an end. Minneapolis, we are at 32 degrees, and it is a foggy start to the day.
It tastes better when you grow it. It tastes even better when you share it. It's not hard. It's doable. It's growable. Get going with Growables. Miracle Grow. Life starts here.
She watched him being tortured and killed. Moment by moment.
You think he's coming back? I know he is. Mary, he's alive.
Where is your son?
Not here. There's so much pain and despair. That's why my son came to us, to free us from it.
AD, The Bible Continues. Easter Sunday, April 5th on NBC.
I've had it with my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. The frustration, covering up. So I talked with my doctor. He prescribed Enbrel. Enbrel is clinically proven to provide clearer skin. Many people saw 75% clearance in 3 months, and Enbrel helped keep skin clearer at 6 months.
Enbrel may lower your ability to fight infections. Serious, sometimes fatal events including infections, tuberculosis, lymphoma, other cancers, nervous system and blood disorders, and allergic reactions have occurred. Before starting Enbrel, your doctor should test you for tuberculosis and discuss whether you've been to a region where certain fungal infections are common. You should not start Enbrel if you have an infection like the flu. Tell your doctor if you're prone to infections, have cuts or sores, have had hepatitis B, have been treated for heart failure, or if you have symptoms such as persistent fever, bruising, bleeding, or paleness.
Finally, clearer skin for more than a few days, weeks, or months. Enbrel works for me. Ask your dermatologist if you can have clearer skin with Enbrel.
We have been shattering records. Look at this sample.
I'm getting soaked.
You weren't expecting that, were you?
No, I wasn't.
It makes me happy to go on the computer. I like feeling smart.
Internet Essentials from Comcast has brought low-cost internet access to over 1.4 million low-income people at home.
Internet Essentials help me progress in my schoolwork. It helped my grades move higher.
Today, it's the largest broadband adoption program in America.
It helped me a lot.
Comcast NBC Universal, helping to bridge the digital divide.
When you're in pain, an hour seems like a day seems like a month. Resolute Pain Solutions offers same-day, next-day appointments for evaluation and treatment. Our pain management specialists have the knowledge and experience in state-of-the-art procedures to relieve pain and get you moving. Patients in pain no longer have to endure unnecessary suffering while waiting for an appointment. Resolute Pain Solutions. Stop hurting. Start living today. Visit resolutemd.com/TV.
Currently in our area, 70 degrees under fair skies. Today, partly to mostly cloudy, slight chance of a rain shower. High 88. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, some clouds. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 72. Thursday, thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 86. Chance of rain 90%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Just about 50 minutes past the hour. Welcome back to Wake Up with Al. Tomorrow on our program, we're going to continue to celebrate the first week of spring. Budget Travels experts join us with the best places to see some spring blooms. Plus, an eastern soaker with rain stretching from the Gulf Coast to the Maine on Thursday, but warmer weather as well. We're going to time it all out. But right now, we've got snow causing big problems, or at least a messy morning from Minnesota to Wisconsin on into Michigan. Tom Nizzle with the winter that just won't stop.
Yeah, another little jab of winter in the upper Great Lakes right now in the upper Midwest. I'm going to go to Washington, D.C., the suburbs just west of there as well, where we've got a sneaky little rain event going on right now. Look at the temperature here at Reagan National is 35 degrees, but just west of there in Dulles, they're running 27, 28 degrees. At temperature below freezing, and this little area of light rain is moving across those colder temperatures, and it is producing some freezing rain in this area. So the suburbs to the west, if you're coming in from the west side of D.C., watch your bridges and overpasses here for the next few hours this morning because of that. We do have freezing rain advisories out through the morning hours for those areas, and you can see that it covers a good part of the D.C. area running through Leesburg back to Warrenton. And if you take a look here at our satellite imagery, one of the reasons is overnight last night we had clear skies here, light winds and relatively dry air at that point. It allowed those temperatures to drop very rapidly. So that's a situation we have to watch for the next couple of hours here. There is a forecast at Dulles, 30 degrees there at 6 a.m. Once we get after sunrise here, that temperature will rise up and the threat of freezing rain will be ended in that area. Now back across the upper Great Lakes, of course, we're looking at places like Green Bay, Wisconsin, and up into the UP of Michigan, where we're seeing this snow that is coming down right now. It's a relatively warm situation here with temperatures at or around the freezing mark. So most of this area you're going to see wet roadways, but Green Bay, you'll be done with the snow after about mid-morning. The UP of Michigan will see that for several hours yet. Let's zoom in here a little more closely and take a look at that. And you can see the back edge of this is working its way eastward as we go through the morning hours. So if we take a look at our computer model, beginning with now, we'll watch this area of snowfall work its way through northern Wisconsin, through the UP of Michigan, and then later in the afternoon here, all of that activity will work its way up into Ontario, Canada. By the way, to the east, as we get into the evening hours, a little bit of cold air locked in across New England could produce some snow shower activity there as well. So be careful. Northern New Hampshire into down east Maine. The total snowfall from the system, about 3 to 5 inches here across the northeast corner of Wisconsin yet to come. And we could see a tiny area of 5 to 8 inches right at the tip of the mitt here in the northern portion of lower Michigan. So we'll keep you updated on that throughout the day, Steph. Winter is not over yet.
And I need to give you, like, toot your horn and brag on you. Tom just put up a really cool image of the Finger Lakes being frozen on social media. I retweeted you, so follow Tom or check out my social media. It's really cool. Well, the California drought could have salmon hitching rides in trucks. What? We're going to tell you about the plans to save some 12 million Chinook salmon. That's coming up after your local on the 8s. Ooh, are they in there?
This program brought to you by new Flonase Allergy Relief. Visit our allergy tracker at weather.com/allergy.
Introducing new Flonase Allergy Relief Nasal Spray. This changes everything. New Flonase outperforms the #1 allergy pill, so you will inhale life. When we breathe in allergens, our bodies react by overproducing 6 key inflammatory substances that cause our symptoms. The leading allergy pill only controls 1. Flonase controls 6, and 6 is greater than 1. So roll down your windows, hug your pet, dust off some memories, make new ones. New Flonase. 6 is greater than 1. This changes everything.
True Green presents The Yardleys.
Hello? Oh, the pizza's here. Hey, come on in.
Right.
Whoa! Lose the sneakers, pal. Kind of a thing.
It is.
Spring is on. Start your True Green lawn plan today. True Green. Live life outside.
Shopping online is as easy as it gets. Wouldn't it be great if hiring plumbers, carpenters, and even piano tuners were just as simple? Thanks to Angie's List, now it is. Start shopping online from a list of top-rated providers.
Visit angieslist.com today.
Lowe's presents How to Put Your Foot in Your Mouth.
Man, wish my yard looked like yours. Hey, the grass is always greener on the other side of the... Sorry.
Get a free battery when you buy a Cobalt 40-volt outdoor handheld power tool.
It's time to command track-tested precision with the fastest-growing automotive luxury brand on the road during the Command Performance Sales Event. Lease the 2015 GS350F Sport with complimentary navigation system for these terms and we'll make your first month's payment. See your Lexus dealer.
Who knew weight loss with Hydroxycut was this tasty? Hydroxycut, America's #1 weight loss brand. Instantly add weight loss power to your water. Try new Hydroxycut drops.
It's gonna go fast. Hold on.
You just never know what's going to happen.
Holy this is cold. We know you can't control the weather, so we build things to harness it.
Woo! That was a good one.
That's amazing. Straight above our heads. That's just incredible.
Man, how do we do that? This is where I want to be right now.
55 past the hour, and here is a Coast Guard rescue near Freeport, Texas. An air crew aboard an MH-65 rescue helicopter lifted 4 people from their boat. The boat stopped working after taking on water yesterday afternoon. The Coast Guard spotted 3 flares shot from the boat, helping them pinpoint the stranded boaters. Thankfully, nobody was injured. And now to the story about the salmon. A western drought could force some 12 million salmon to take a road trip. Look at them in there. Ugh. Oh, it kind of is like slimy for some reason looking. Chinook salmon could be truck starting this week from a national fish hatchery in Anderson, California, down 180 miles to sites on the Sacramento River. It would be the 2nd year in a row for the trip. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Services says it's a last resort, but California's long-lasting drought has made natural release inhospitable to young fish. Man, I'm really worried about her future. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm really concerned all these issues. Okay, down into the southeast we go. Our temperatures are actually going to be cooler in the southeast than they will be in places in Colorado and Montana because we have the warmth out west and the cool air in the south. Enjoy the 70s because we're going to pop back down into the 50s. Now, into the Midwest, the UP of Michigan, we were talking earlier, this is the upper peninsula. This is the lower peninsula of Michigan. Some people say that this looks like a rabbit. The banner is cutting off the ears, or a snowmobile. Hopefully you got in some good snowmobiling this winter. I know that people love that. Into the Northeast, temperatures are warm. Today, you think it's warm today. Tomorrow, it's going to be even hotter. I mean, we are talking mid-70s into the mid-Atlantic, but it's going to come with rain. And the rain is going to come from our system that's in the south central region today. So we are going to see that threat for severe weather into the afternoon and the overnight hours. That's going to start firing up for us. You can see those thunderstorms. There it is for you, 4 or 5 o'clock, that time we're all headed home. Then this will be along the East Coast as we head into our Thursday. And as we show you what's happening around Missouri, by the way, the threat for some flooding, some flash flooding here throughout southern Missouri, and the stronger thunderstorms as well. Temperatures obviously on the warm side in order to get that severe weather. And into the northwest, we do have a little bit of rain here, and we have snow into the higher elevations. Okay, that does it for me. Al's going to wrap up the show. Roker.
Steph, thank you. And that does it for us here this morning on Wake Up With Al. Thanks for spending your hump day morning with us. AMHQ, Sam Champion, Jim Cantori, Jen Delgado, all next. We'll be back with you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Until then, have a great day, everybody.
Currently in our area, 69 degrees under fair skies. Today, partly to mostly cloudy. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 88. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, some clouds. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 72. Thursday, thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 86. Chance of rain 90%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Halfway through the weekend, let's make it amazing, but look at this. Severe slam. Today's storms could produce tornadoes and hail in the heartland with some heavy rain that's swamping Oklahoma all the way through Ohio. We'll get you aware of that. Hey, wet warm-up from the Great Lakes and the Northeast. You're in play for this as well. Rain could be the unwanted consequence or a tag-along to our warming temperatures, the ones we've been waiting for. But there is a dramatic drop. Looking live in Atlanta, enjoying the mid-70s this morning across the South. We are just days away from plunging into freezing rain. Hey, and Jim, talking about freezing rain, we got some parts of, I guess, take it to the D.C. suburbs.
Actually, they just included D.C., the city, the district as well. So you can see that now painted in around the district. It's 35 at Reagan, but not too far out of town. We've got sub 30 degree air in through here. We've already got some freezing rain around Front Royal and the Maryland Panhandle. All this heading east, a little surprise like we had yesterday morning, but it's severe weather today, Sam, and it may be safe to say if we don't get a tornado today, we may go the rest of the month without one, believe it or not.
Yeah.
We'll see. Which is fine by all of us.
Yeah, I think it's all good, but the fact is we may get one today, and
we may get big hail.
Right over here to you with the big board.
Yeah, that's right, and we have a big buffet today as we take you over and show you what's going on the big picture. Yes, so you can see on the radar already a lot of action out there. We have it from the West Coast, even into parts of the Ohio Valley. You can see that energy moving through the Rockies right now. Let me take you over to the wall and talk about the setup for today. Yes, the big story, of course, the severe weather that's in place. If you are in the red area today, this is the area we're going to be looking at the increased risk for strong winds out there, some very large hail, and then at the same time, the possibility of some isolated tornadoes. So this is certainly something to be aware of. If you're in the red there, you need to be weather aware. Now we talk about the other story. Well, guess what? It's all about the temperature swing. Once again, we are doing that dance across parts of the east and the southeast. We're going to see those temperatures dipping. That means cool air in place. Enjoy the warmth in the south now. Over towards the west, that big ridge is still in place, and we're going to be looking at temperatures running in some of those locations 15 to 25 degrees above average. We're talking record breaking. And then we look ahead through late this week. Well, all that energy has to go somewhere. It's going to be making its way over towards the east. As it does, we're going to be looking at warm and wet conditions setting out for parts of the northeast as well as up towards New England. This is the forecast as we go through the end of the week. We've got to get that very powerful cold front onto the area. But behind that, we're going to see cold temperatures setting up in place. We're talking record cold in some places.
Again. By the end
it's
of the week.
almost like we're just putting the show on repeat sometimes with this weather pattern.
I know. And the one thing I can tell you is today, as you're walking around getting rained on, just keep reminding yourself that it is much warmer, much more comfortable. Maybe that'll help. Parts of the central and southwestern areas of Pennsylvania, also the D.C. suburbs, we've got you under a freezing rain advisory this morning. That means slippery roads out there waiting for you as you walk right out the door. Now, this lasts until noon. Altoona, Johnstown, a live look at your conditions on I-99 there right now. You'll get above freezing by around lunchtime. On the right-hand side of your screen, Hartford, good morning. We've got rain to start later on this afternoon, closer to the rush hour on your way home. 21 degrees right now, just one of the cities in the Northeast that will set temperatures 10 to 15 degrees warmer tomorrow. And then, as Jen mentioned, we've got the big temperature crash coming after that. But let's look now at your live and current temperatures and also the radar. This is the zone that we're talking about, the freezing rain. So if you're the first one out the door this morning in the neighborhood and you encounter anything that looks slippery out there on spots on the road, and that could be Cumberland, Maryland, it could be, you can see the change on its way now into Johnstown, Pennsylvania. Altoona, you're about 45 minutes away from getting some of this in. Into the D.C. area, Fredericksburg, Virginia right now, you've got some rain. Meanwhile, Manassas, you've got a little little freezing mix going on. Winchester, Virginia. Front Royal is in the mix zone. Winchester is in the colder zone right now. Leesburg, it's the colder that will be moving in your direction, that little freezing mix. So as I was saying, if you're the first out the door this morning, make sure we get some Twitter pictures on any road that looks slippery or any accidents you might see, and we'll put them out so everyone behind you will know what it's like this morning. All right, take a look at this.
Here you go, guys. Here we go.
Yeah, because that's what it looks like when it starts to get bad. Look at that dangling cloud hanging right there. Ominous looking cloud over Springfield, Missouri yesterday. Everyone expecting it would get much worse than it actually did because of skies that look like that. But today, more damaging wind, hail, and the possibility of tornadoes expected with these storms. There's even a flooding concern in Missouri. And it's not just Missouri, but I was looking right here. Let me just look at the notes on flooding. I've got it Oklahoma, Missouri, also southern Illinois. We're watching those areas for you with what could be 2 to 4 inches of rain in that area. Keith Carson is live in Springfield. And Keith, you're in line for this next wave of storms as well.
Yeah, Sam, and it's interesting to think about the setup versus yesterday. There is a little bit of a change. And let's start with what happened yesterday, because you're right. You see some of those dangling clouds, those wall clouds, usually not a good sign. Let's take a look at some video that we shot yesterday, actually, right near our live location. Trish did, my producer here. It's a wall cloud. It's rotating, and normally that's not a great sign, but we had really high elevated cloud bases because of the dew points. It was not very moist in the atmosphere, so it rotated but never hit the ground. And we saw that a couple other places as well. If you see this on radar, yesterday, this was 6:18 Central Time. That's a clear hook echo. And typically, again, when you see that as a meteorologist, you're thinking rotation at least, possibly a tornado. Then you start looking to see if there's any kind of debris ball or anything like that. But because the clouds were so high yesterday, it just didn't happen. So we're not only happening there, but Nashville, another shot there showing you the rotation in the clouds. So that's what was going on yesterday. We got close to storms that from a naked eye would look like they could produce a tornado. Luckily, that did not happen. Let's spring forward to today and what's different and the same about it. The same is that it's still pretty dry. Usually your severe weather, you want your dew points 52, 53. Right now in Springfield, the dew point is 41. The atmosphere is just going to try to moisten a little bit later in the afternoon, and we'll see if that happens. So Sam, timing for us, by the way, 2 to 5 Central Time. That's when we're really going to be watching those skies off to the west.
All right, Keith, today could be the day for some folks. And when you see skies like that look a little threatening and look like they want to rotate, just make sure you take that extra precaution anyway today, even if you don't hear any sirens and even if it doesn't happen. Let's dig a little deeper with Jim Cantore, because Jim, when you see that sky, I want you to take cover.
That's exactly right. No question about it. God bless you, Jenny. Let's talk about it. Severe thunderstorm watches, tornado watches have not been found in the Oklahoma City office since the last 291 days. That's pretty amazing when you think about it. So you got to go back a long time, that's for sure, before we have that. Will we get one today? That's a good question, because I don't really think we got a super high tornado threat for Oklahoma City. It's more of a hail threat through here, but just to the north of Oklahoma City and certainly where Keith is, we may have a little bit better chances. But we're dealing with the same thing we dealt with yesterday. Not a ton of moisture in through here. They're actually behind the first front now. This warm front's going to have to, or this front's going to have to come back up to the north, which it will later on this afternoon. And this will be the focal point for some active storms. So we'll see 2 waves, one here and then one down I-44. And unfortunately, they're going to stick around for several hours, and that's why Keith has not only a weather threat, but he also has a flood threat. And that may be the bigger threat before the day is out. So here we go. Current dew points. Notice Dallas sitting pretty at 61. Unfortunately, their atmosphere looks a little capped today. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to get the energy down till late tonight to kick off thunderstorms. So that's actually a good thing. Notice, again, as we look at 7 a.m., no echoes on the radar. We'll see what happens with this cloud deck as it rolls to the north. But look at this. 2 o'clock, some initiation starting to take place right here between Wichita and Springfield. And then notice how that line builds back toward the southwest. So these are more than likely supercells at this point. If we're going to get a tornado, it could be along this time period. But look at how close we are to that Interstate 44 corridor, including the Oklahoma City Metro. Then look at these storms about 7 o'clock at night. Springfield down toward just to the northeast of Tulsa, then back as well, Sam, and then everything just kind of chugs along. So we really have about I'd say 3 p.m. to 9, or maybe even 2 to 9 p.m. window here where we could get the tornadoes or the hail. But heavy rain is going to go on right through the evening.
All right, and we'll be on it, of course, today and let everybody know. Dear spring, I miss you. Why can't you just push winter out of the way for good and date me full time? Love, Sam. First, here's your weather on the 8s.
Currently in our area, 69 degrees under fair skies. Today, partly to mostly cloudy, slight chance of a rain shower. High 88. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, some clouds. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 72. Thursday, thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 86. Chance of rain 90%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Nine minutes after the hour, and it's nice to see you on this Wednesday. Let's get through it. We've got just the end of the week, and then we're into the weekend. We're seeing some scattered showers this morning into the southeast. Let's take a live look, because we can, at you, Savannah, Georgia. Hey, starting your morning in the mid-60s, that is a gorgeous shot. Good. Wow. Showing off, Savannah. Showers in your forecast a little early, giving way to some partly cloudy skies right around lunchtime. You'll make it up to 77 degrees today. Also keeping an eye on some fog across central Florida. So take Gainesville and then run all the way south and include both coasts in this, and that's what we're watching all the way into Miami. Fort Lauderdale's involved in this, Palm Beach, of course, Fort Myers. So we're watching some of that fog. If you have those pictures, make sure you send them to us, and we'll put them out to folks as well. Now, let's talk about the rain and what it means for the weekend.
Yeah, you know, you weren't here yesterday. It was so spectacular in Atlanta. I know I'm just rubbing the salt on the wound, but the problem is Sam came back in town, and now we have a change that is going to arrive. Yeah, we've got that easterly flow. I hate an easterly flow. Look at this. We actually have some rain off the radar, and this is actually just a little weak low that's trying to develop right to the south of the Carolinas, and that means, yes, we'll see a chance for some rain to work in. This is at 9 a.m. You can see for eastern parts of Georgia as well as into the Carolina. Nothing that's going to be really impressive. It's one of those that you just kind of have to dodge the showers at times. Just don't even bother lifting up the umbrella, as I say. 5 o'clock in the afternoon, still holding on to that, but notice you're going to see more of those clouds around. So that crystal blue sky that you saw yesterday, you can say goodbye to that. Here is the setup. We have a second storm that's going to be moving towards the east, and this is our front. But before that, we got all this warm, moist air that's coming through. Today, we're going to see temperatures in the 70s out there, but as we head through tomorrow, we're going to add in the rain, a few areas with some thunderstorms. For the Carolinas, like Raleigh, we could still be holding on to some of those as well. Right now, we're not thinking anything severe, but some of those could have a bit of a punch. And then notice by Friday, 2 o'clock, all that rain still locking into places like D.C. as well as into Raleigh before we get that front out of there. And then we move ahead and talk to you, Raleigh, breaking it down. Right now, we're showing you some rain around Thursday morning, but again, we could see some storms, the same for Friday, and then a spectacular sunshine display setting up for Saturday and Sunday. But the problem is your temperatures have dropped 25 degrees, well, 20 degrees, if you want to be more accurate. But it's cold for this time of the year.
I know, you get the warm temperatures with the rain. When you finally get the sunshine, it comes with colder temperatures.
I think you need to write that love note to spring again and say, Dear Spring, Sam misses you.
I miss you. All right, back to the freezing rain advisory this morning. Commuters in Virginia, let's say Leesburg, good morning to you. Herndon, you're all a part of what's going on. Here's a live look at the roads in Fairfax County right now. That advisory in effect until noon today. Right now, if you hit the door and see slippery spots on the road, just slow it down. Anything that looks wet could be a little slippery this morning, so just wanted to make sure you were on alert this morning. Let's bring in our winter weather expert, Tom Nizzle. And Tom, it's not just the freezing rain advisories that we've got today. We actually need to talk a little bit more about winter precip in the Midwest.
Yeah, in the upper Great Lakes region now, Wisconsin into the UP of Michigan. But I want to touch on this very subtle little freezing rain event going on now just to the west of D.C. You can see this area right here on the radar that is highlighted in purple. The temperatures here now in D.C. Reagan, we're 37 degrees. Just west of there at Dulles, we're 27, 28 degrees right now. And look at the temperatures up here from York, PA to Altoona, running in the 20s. Now, this is very light precipitation, but if that little bit of of rainfall falls down into areas where the temperature is below 32. It is going to freeze up very quickly. It'll be a very, very thin glaze of very light precipitation, but bridges, overpasses, sidewalks, parking lots, be careful over the next few hours this morning with that activity. This is where the advisories are out now, and the National Weather Service has just upgraded D.C. proper and Baltimore into these advisories as well. Temperatures in those areas until that sun gets up could drop to that 32-degree point, and if it does so, then we're going to run into a situation with the freezing. The blue area temperatures below 32, as you can see, by about 8:39 a.m. all of that works its way northward here into PA as the sun finally begins to warm this area up. But the freezing rain advisories are in effect through the mid-morning hours here, guys, so take care and be careful if you're driving those areas. And once again, up around Green Bay now, going up toward the UP of Michigan, we've got that snow that is coming down right now. Going to likely see a few inches here, but that will be out of the area by early afternoon.
Tom, we'll keep an eye on that. And you're sending us not only pictures but videos this morning, so let's get to it with Enaritis Rodriguez. She's right in the heart of downtown Atlanta this morning, one of the places that, A-Rod, if you just could have held on to the sunshine for me one more day. Just one more day. That's all I was asking.
I know. It's going to be a bit of a cloudy day in Atlanta, and later on we're going to tell you why we are at the Georgia World Congress Center. But let's start with your commute this morning. We already are seeing slippery spots, especially in the Midwest because of that refreeze. In Wisconsin, some alerts for slippery spots in the southwest and northeast edges of the state. But neighboring Illinois, take a look at this video coming out of Northern Illinois University. This was tweeted out by the baseball team as they were removing a tarp off their field. The caption, standard right field dump at the Ralph with all of the melted snow, 4 inches from yesterday's storm. They also were complaining that it was a little windy. Let's take a look at your pictures this morning. One picture coming out of St. Paul International Airport. Nothing says fun like a 2-hour sit in Minneapolis while it's snowing for a 3-hour red eye back to Fort Lauderdale. Sam, we are getting some really impressive pictures of the storms rolling into parts of the plains. We had one from Arkansas yesterday. Keep sending us those pictures. #MyWeather at AMHQ.
All right, perfect, A-Rod. Let me just show you a radar this morning because we've been watching you. Cincinnati had a little early morning thunder and lightning to wake you up, but now it's moving toward Columbus, just a little bit west of the city, also cruising north right now. Zoom in just a little bit, Ryan, so we can show everybody just before we go. We'll be right back. Wake up.
It took James Dyson 5,000 prototypes to invent the bagless vacuum, and another 10,000 to invent the only vacuum that doesn't lose suction, thanks to patented sonic tips. Everything else is history. Search Kinetic now.
Sir, we're going to need you on the runway later.
Don't let a severe cold hold you back. Get Theraflu with the power of 3 medicines to take on your worst pain and fever, cough, and nasal congestion. It breaks you free from your toughest cold and flu symptoms. Theraflu, serious power.
I lost 40 pounds. Hydroxycut really works. 'Cause we're going.
I thought I was going to be the big kid my whole life. I never thought I'd look like this.
Hydroxycut is America's #1 selling weight loss supplement brand. Lose weight your way. Mix and match gummies, tablets, and drink mix.
I lost 37 pounds. Thanks, Hydroxycut.
Hydroxycut lets you lose weight your way. And go to hydroxycut.com to access the beat that...
This is Kevin, returning to his childhood home. This is the smell of baked pears, making him feel warm. Then pie crust, as he wonders if it's too soon to ask what's for dessert. Now vanilla, reminding him of pep talks with mom and slightly inappropriate advice from dad. New Airwick Life scents in Mom's Baking, the first constantly changing fragrance that acts like real life and says, "Welcome home, Kevy Bear." This is him, secretly loving the name Kevy Bear. Airwick, home is in the air.
Hi, I'm Earl Stewart. At Big Dog Ranch Rescue, every dog has a name. Every dog has a story. Every dog deserves a loving and safe home. Earl Stewart Toyota is dog friendly, and you can come meet our dog of the month right here at the dealership. When you adopt one of our sponsored dogs, I will pay the adoption fees. And of course, at Big Dog Ranch Rescue, there are never any dealer fleas. Earl Stewart. Oh, come on.
399-2752.
This is my story.
This is my journey.
This is the future of the game.
We are going to Augusta National.
The Drive, Chip, and Putt National Finals, April 5th at 8 a.m. Eastern on Golf Channel.
Stay tuned for your local on the 8s, brought to you by Duracell, trusted to outlast the storm.
I've seen hurricanes, floods, I've seen tornadoes. We give out Duracell batteries after the worst happens. And when the power's out for days, we stay with them. You might say they lost everything, but that's not what I see. I see a different kind of power. I saw it in Ruth, Adam, Tom. It's the power they have inside of them. The power to move forward.
At Duracell, we believe that's the power that never, ever goes out.
Currently in our area, 68 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, partly to mostly cloudy, slight chance of a rain shower. High 88. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, some clouds. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 72. Thursday, thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 86. Chance of rain 90%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
"19 minutes after the hour, and this was a plane crash again that shocked the world. Recovery crews are in the French Alps. Now they're searching for anything they can find. And you can see there's the jackets. But look at the little red pieces. Look at the little yellow and red pieces on the screen. This plane, everyone's described it as just shattering on impact. And what you're looking for in this video, just like they are on the ground, are any bits and pieces that they can find in the mountains yesterday, and they'll resume again today. The French Interior Ministry says they're going to try to bring bodies down, debris down off the Alps today. Temperatures are going to be in the 50s today, but there is the threat of some snow moving in. And you know how rapidly changing the Alps weather is. And it changes from nighttime to daytime, big time.
They did find the voice recorder, though. So
found one of the two, yep.
So some clues potentially of what happened here.
Also they were saying yesterday that some of the pilots did not want to fly. Some of these crews didn't want to fly until they got a better idea of what had happened to this plane and why the rapid descent was. Some of the European crews didn't want to fly.
Yeah, and it's pilot's discretion.
Yeah.
If they don't want to fly, they shouldn't fly. That's and I want, if I'm on a plane with a pilot like that, I want him to make that decision.
I always appreciate that decision made by somebody in the know, but we'll find out a little bit more today. Hey, good morning to you, Northeast. Let's show you what's going on. Hey, Philly, a little chilly start to your day, Jim. You got temperatures in the 30s. We're going to see a big warm up. 70 for tomorrow, 51 today. And then, Jim, you think we're going to drop again?
Oh, of course. Of course we are.
All right, let's get you ready for that this morning. So what you find today and what happens the next 2 days is not what's going to happen for the end of the week. So 35 degrees in New York right now, 31 in Boston. Albany is at about 20 degrees. Now, I want you to watch this. Watch this warm golden color make a run. As we put this in play, it really does sweep around Pennsylvania first, curves through Washington, D.C. Look at these numbers. Pittsburgh at 62 degrees. D.C., you're at 57. You're a little cooler than normal, but everything's like fantastic. We're getting some of the warm air in today and then more into tomorrow. You'll notice in the valleys of Pennsylvania some cold air stays in place, so it's kind of tough to get the cooler temperatures out. But that's just wave 1 of the warm air that moves through. Wave 2 of the warmer air is still on its way for Thursday, and that's a good thing. It's the same system that's driving all the severe weather, the opportunity for it today in the heartland, in the middle of the country. Well, that drives in and shoves more warm air in for the time we get to Thursday. Thursday's the warmest day we've seen in a long time. You're going to hear a lot of numbers thrown at you like 60, 70 degrees. So today, 50 in Philly, but look at tomorrow. We get to 70 in Philly, 75 in Washington, D.C. But it's not the suntan day. It's the rain jacket day because it's coming in with its own moisture and a cloud deck as well. So by the time we get to the cooler temperatures, that's when we start to clear out our skies. I'm sorry, but they're just coming in tandem like that. Watch the wave run here. It's a real roller coaster. 62 degrees on Thursday. By the time we get to Saturday, we're talking about 40 degrees. Then we're back up into the 50s by Monday and Tuesday. Jim, all of that we're moving to the Northeast is coming from the middle of the country where it could bring severe.
Yeah, and that's what we're going to watch today. When you think about severe weather, there are damaging wind threats, there's tornado threats, hail threats. Today, if you look at the big threat, it looks like it's going to be hail, all right, and maybe big hail, especially from Oklahoma City up toward Tulsa. So the highest probabilities from SPC are for big hail, but there is a 5% chance of a tornado today within 25 miles. They use 25 miles as a criteria versus Forbes using 50 miles. But either way, it's a probability nonetheless. Notice again some lightning this morning heading into Columbus, Ohio. Wet weather across the Buckeye state of Ohio here. And what we're going to watch today, really, and the whole key to this event, is where does this warm front line up later on this afternoon? Does it come on north and really much sit across parts of southwestern Missouri? And that's a pretty good possibility here if it does that. And unfortunately, that does mean that we could see some repeating thunderstorms and some very, very heavy rain. So the I-44 corridor is very, very much in play today for a hail threat and a flood threat, as well as a mini tornado threat, I think, as we work our way early on through the afternoon hours. And an initiation, again, right around 2 o'clock. So let's look at the model. And again, some of these high-resolution models we just take for granted, but some of the detail you can pick out on these are absolutely amazing. There you see the initiation. Here you see the storms lining up at 5. Again, we talked about this area right in through here. This particular model does keep everything north, at least initially by 5, of Interstate 44. But look at how it charges south by 7 p.m. So if you're a trucker, you definitely want to avoid that area. You got big commerce in the back or an empty rig. Definitely keep that in mind as we work our way through tonight. But you got individual, if you will, bows or line waves here that are just going to be working their way up and across this area. So we may transition from a hail and tornado threat into a heavy rain and wind threat as we go on through the evening hours. And you'll notice St. Louis, even by 11 p.m. Central Daylight Time, is in this as well. So again, this isn't gospel, but I think these high-resolution models really give us a good idea of the time of that severe weather threat and even the type of that severe weather threat as well. Again today, guys, torque cons of 4 according to Forbes. 4 out of 10 chance of a tornado within 50 miles. We'll be right back.
You've been part of the family for as long as I can remember, and you just mean so much to all of us. The holidays wouldn't be the same without your crescent rolls. We got you a little something.
We got you jeans.
It's about time.
Piping hot Pillsbury crescent rolls make Easter pop.
The future of the market is never clear, but at T. Rowe Price, we can help guide your retirement savings. Our experience is one reason 100% of our retirement funds beat their 10-year Lipper averages. So wherever your long-term goals take you, we can help you feel confident. Request a prospectus or summary prospectus with investment information, risks, fees, and expenses to read and consider carefully before investing. Call us or your advisor. T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence.
Introducing the new Can-Am Spyder F3. With a cruising riding position and the most advanced vehicle stability system in the industry, you'll ride with a feeling of complete freedom and confidence. Visit your Can-Am dealer and test drive the Spyder F3 today.
The Fiat 500 isn't alone anymore. It's part of a big Italian family.
You know, some people have told me reverse mortgages sound too good to be true. I mean, you get cash out of your home, no monthly payments, and still own your home. There's got to be a catch, right, Jesse? Well, there isn't. It's like any other mortgage, only with a reverse mortgage, the loan's paid back when the last borrower leaves the home. In fact, reverse mortgages are based on a notion that President Reagan signed into law over 25 years ago in order to help seniors remain in their homes. If you're 62 or older and own your own home, you may qualify for a government-insured reverse mortgage with AAG that allows you to turn the equity in your home into tax-free cash. And with AAG, there are never any credit score requirements.
Call 1-800-661-0312 now to receive a new free information kit, including a reverse mortgage guide and DVD, personal stories from people like you, and a brand new family guide for children and loved ones, all absolutely free with no obligation.
AAG can help you pay off credit card debt, eliminate monthly mortgage payments, and provide some real retirement security.
Call 1-800-661-0312 today to get your free AAG reverse mortgage information kit and bonus DVD.
In the kits, you'll receive a helpful 3-part guide. The first will show you how a government-insured reverse mortgage allows you to access the equity in your home as tax-free cash. 500,000 people have already done it.
The second booklet contains stories told by people just like you who've had their lives changed forever using a reverse mortgage. And the third guide is full of helpful answers and information for children and loved ones.
Call 1-800-661-0312 now to receive your information kit and DVD, all absolutely free.
They're simply an effective way for folks just like you to get the cash you need to enjoy your retirement.
Call 1-800-661-0312 now to receive your information kit and DVD, all absolutely free. Call 1-800-661-0312 now.
AAG, the best advice for a better life.
Sundays.
One man's trash
Get to work.
is another man's totally awesome beer can space heater.
Hi. Brainstormers. Sundays at 9. Only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 68 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, partly to mostly cloudy, slight chance of a rain shower. High 88. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, some clouds. Thursday, thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 86. Chance of rain 90%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Oh, 29 minutes after the hour high. We were going to listen to let you. Wow, Jim, you just played it.
We were going to let you listen to some of that hail coming on down. So
That's right.
Here you go.
All right, hailstones pounding parts of Kansas. What you're looking at right now is Lawrence in the northeastern part of the state. Good morning, Lawrence, Kansas. Hey, there's some reports of some penny-size hail in the area. Ping pong ball-size hail west of Lawrence. Jim, that sets up.
That looked bigger than penny. Just
yeah,
saying.
that sets up a conversation for today. I think there's hail involved in those storms again.
There is. There's going to be a little bit more heating, I think, across Oklahoma, and we'll watch a wave of storms that develops in southeast Kansas, moves towards Springfield. So Keith's in a great spot again today, I think, for active weather. And then Oklahoma City possibly in play for some big hail this afternoon.
All right.
Right around 5 o'clock, right around rush hour time. That's not what you want.
Yeah, that lightning held together in central Ohio pretty well this morning, a little bit further than we thought it was going to hold on to.
A little light show, a little early wake-up call for some, you betcha.
You can see the Green Bay snow we're getting right now. Grand Rapids is getting more in the form of rain. Detroit, good morning. You've got some rain as well. Cleveland, Pittsburgh. Now, by the time you get closer to Washington, D.C., come out of the mountains of West Virginia, making that drive down through Maryland into the D.C. area.
Front Royal. On over to the west of, it's a little spotty. But I think sometimes it's just that little bit of glaze on the roads. It doesn't look wet, it doesn't look dry, and next thing you know, you're in the ditch.
It's enough to send you right out. Okay, here's some of the cities we're watching this morning. Cleveland, 40 degrees this morning, 1 to 2 inches of rain possible for you. Could also be some gusty winds, and by gusty I mean 40 miles an hour. Washington, D.C., you're at 35 degrees. Freezing rain advisory for the parts of the metro area.
20s in the suburbs.
Yep, absolutely. And you could make it up to 75 degrees tomorrow. So talk about bizarre personality swings. And I'm not just talking about mine. Hey, Myrtle Beach. Yes, you did. Jen said it out loud. You just didn't hear her. Waking up to some overcast skies, 69 degrees. And Myrtle Beach, Eggs Up Grill is the only thing I've got to say to you this morning on 38th Avenue North. Because some people do home fries and then some people kill them. And the Eggs Up Grill kills them. They're just the crusty little thing with the little spice of onions and peppers in them.
Oh, little paprika.
Yeah.
Little cayenne pepper.
Paprika.
Cover them with
smoked
ketchup.
paprika. I'm right there with you, Jim. I am. You don't know anything about that, Sam, because you never go to the grocery store. But let's look at the fog video.
Goodness.
Yeah, I'm throwing stones out here.
Oh, my.
All right. Well, we have some video coming into us. Thank you, Jim. I did that just for you. Let's look at some fog video coming out of Miami, and it is rough out there. Maybe if you're coming for areas from South Florida up towards Miami, Fort Lauderdale, look at this visibility, if you want to call it that. If you said pick the camera to see the area, you wouldn't even be able to tell that it's Miami sunny. Visibility down to a quarter mile. It's going to stay that way up until about 9 o'clock this morning, so be careful out there. Let's look at the forecast for you in the southeast. Things are changing. We're getting that easterly flow in place, but as we talk about what's happening on a big picture, we have a big extreme pattern setting up. Jet stream's going to be far to the north. What does that mean? Well, all this warm air is going to continue to build. No problems with you. We're looking at really hot temperatures. In fact, as we show you, 15 to 25 degrees above average. Then we go to the east. You have the problems as well. You're going to be looking your numbers once again being record cold potentially, even as we set up through the weekend for areas including parts of the southeast. We're going to be looking at temperatures in the 20s as well as the teens. You thought you were done with that because what? It's almost a week into spring, but apparently spring didn't get Sam's love letter. As we look ahead through Friday and we show you the temperatures running nearly 20 degrees above average for the west coast, and this is a problem, of course, when you're talking about the heat and then the drought there. This makes conditions just so bad to see these numbers just flaring up like this so soon.
Yeah, 88 is just too warm for this time of year and the conditions there in D.C. Let's get right now to Ana Ritis Rodriguez. She's in downtown Atlanta this morning, where it's 73, 74 degrees today and 74 tomorrow with your 77 tomorrow with your headlines. Good morning, Arad.
Good morning, Sam. Good morning to you at home. Let's start with your headlines for this hour. We begin in the Northeast, where sometime this week, Governor Charlie Baker plans to ask FEMA to declare a federal disaster in at least 10 Massachusetts counties. He wants the agency to treat the record snowstorms that buried Boston earlier this year and surrounding areas as a single disaster. The governor says the state needs $400 million to help cover snow removal and infrastructure damage. Meantime, some New Jersey homeowners could return home today after this sinkhole opened up, swallowing an SUV. Police evacuated 3 homes in South Amboy. The city says a water main break caused the road to crumble into this muddy hole. And a telecom trade group is suing the FCC over the commission's decision to regulate the internet as a public utility. That move last month requires internet service providers to treat all net traffic equally. ISPs could not create fast lanes for companies that pay more. And Sam, as I mentioned, we are in downtown Atlanta, outside the Georgia World Congress Center for the Atlanta International Auto Show. Of course, we're traveling with the Toyota Mobile Weather Fleet, as we always do. We're going to take you inside and show you the latest models in the Toyota Green Vehicle family. I'll give you a hint. One of them, you don't need oil changes or spark plugs. What are we talking about?
Yeah, but they're all going to be envious of that beautiful, shiny new Toyota right there beside you. Why would you set Olaf on fire? Why would you do that, America?
Started my Camry. Remembered the choices I'd made. To be bold where others are scared. To show her right from wrong. And realized my little girl had become an amazing human being. Who will make choices of her own. Toyota. Let's go places.
Take ZzzQuil and sleep like you haven't seen your bed in days. No, like you haven't seen a bed in weeks. ZzzQuil, the non-habit-forming sleep aid that helps you sleep easily and wake refreshed. Because sleep is a beautiful thing.
There's a brilliant luster hiding behind that tarnish, and Tarnex Tarnish Remover is the ideal way to let it shine. A quick dip or a simple wipe will restore your tarnished and dull silver and silver plate, gold, copper, platinum, even diamonds, and have them shining with a renewed luster. The wipe and rinse formula eliminates tarnish quickly and easily, and that means more time enjoying your things and less time cleaning them. Tarnex. Quick, easy, brilliant.
Tarnex branded products are available at these fine retailers.
Supermodel Cindy Crawford doesn't just walk the red carpet, she rocks it. At age 47, she steals the show and wows the international press. New York Daily News raves that Cindy defies the laws of aging. And Us Weekly proclaims Cindy Crawford hasn't aged a bit. Her secret is Meaningful Beauty, a complete skincare system that restores the look of youth.
My skin looks firmer now. It's smooth and it's young looking. I'm so glad I found Meaningful Beauty.
Since using Meaningful Beauty, my skin tone is evening out. And I notice that all the little lines have softened. My skin has never looked better.
And right now is the perfect time for you to experience Meaningful Beauty, because this brand new offer is Cindy's best deal ever. Normally $119, you'll pay only $39.95 when you call and order today. But hold on, this is where the offer gets really good. Cindy's Red Carpet Trio, a $95 value, is yours absolutely free when you call now. The trio includes 2 meaningful beauty favorites, wrinkle smoothing capsules and glowing serum, for an immediate boost of glamour and glow. And when you order today, you also get the amazing skin polishing brush. This 2-speed ultra-luxurious brush gently but deeply cleanses, powering away dry, dead skin cells, revealing smoother, more radiant-looking skin.
The brush really feels like it's polishing my skin, and it just leaves it with an incredible glow.
The total effect of this free gift package? A red carpet-ready complexion. You get all this, a $215 value for just $39.95. But you must act quickly. Results guaranteed or your money back.
Pick up the phone, try it. It's going to make you feel beautiful. You're going to be thrilled.
This is a limited time offer, so call 1-800-530-3933 or go to trymb.com/.